Yeah, I like to get up and get down to little 80s hair metal in the morning, dude. Morning, how you guys doing? It's Monday, March 9th, 2026, which means, oh boy, guys, we are just right on the cusp of the start of the new NFL calendar year. Today will open up the legal tampering period, which means negotiations can start to proceed before with a big day on Wednesday. That's right, March 11th will be the kickoff of the actual league year. But negotiations can kind of start off here and now. We'll discuss everything that happened on Sunday leading up to Free Agency 2026 tampering period, brought to you by CBS Sports. We got a lot to cover, guys, so just hang on to your hats, hold on to your pants. We are going to get after it. The Dolphins make a decision on Tua Tagovailoa's future, and then, of course, when we shift over to the Motor City to talk about your Detroit Lions, we will be discussing Taylor Decker, granted release from the Detroit Lions after 10 years. What an up-and-down, drama-filled soap opera of an offseason. Our offensive line, our entire franchise, and Taylor Decker has kind of done to the Detroit Lions. So we will discuss that. Then we will look at some potential free agent replacements. Some guys, there's a name on here that we've discussed before. Some other guys that are possibilities. But I think the reality is we're going to end up having to take somebody in the draft. We'll discuss that. Lions get big Penei Sewell news after a surprise announcement. Not gonna lie, this is a fluff piece coming out of heavy.com, but just something, a grandma wagon thought experiment, something to chew on for us to kind of consider. Then shifting a little bit of gears from the offensive line discussion, we will look at Kirby Joseph's knee as a little bit more news is surfacing around the treatment and what's going on with old Curbzilla, the NFL turnover machine, the Hall of Fame trajectory player, one of my favorite players, and not only for the Detroit Lions, but in all of football. What could be going on? Jimmy Lau over at Lions Wire USA Today has for us. Then what to expect from the Lions as the tampering period kicks off, right? What's going on? I think we have a lot of indicators already laid out what they're trying to do and what Brad Holmes' priorities are as we, set sail into the actual offseason. As you guys know, we are in the off-seasoniest of off-seasons right now. What's up, Brandy? I see you over on Rumble, guys. We are live on Rumble. Don't forget that. And then, of course, it's Monday. Monday in the offseason before the draft means Mock Draft Monday. We, of course, have over at NFLMockDraftDatabase.com, their mock draft simulator. We will be the Detroit Lions in the 2026 draft doing all 5 rounds because until April, I don't really feel a need to do 7 rounds of the draft. So we will look at 5 rounds for the Detroit Lions. When we hit the intro, I'll throw a poll up for you guys to see kind of what we're feeling, what the barometer is over at Mad Hatter Nation. Speaking of Mad Hatter Nation, if you would like to engage with all of the chicanery that partakes over in the chat at youtube.com, it is going to cost you a little bit of skin in the game, a little bit of an investment. You are going to have to subscribe to the channel, right? So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. right here at youtube.com, rumble.com, and Kick. We are live on 3 separate platforms right now, so please give it up for your Luddite host, figuring it out. That's why we've had a little bit later of a start time, but we are, shaving time down every week that it goes. We get a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit better. We just keep stacking up every single day. We strive to be a cunt hair better than we were last game, last day, yes, last week, whatever it is. By the end of the month, boys, when we pile up all them cunt hairs, we're going to have a whole bush, and we will be better for it. Like the video, share this around with every single person you've ever met in your entire life. If you're on YouTube, hit the share button, copy the link down on your clipboard. I don't know if it's the same for Rumble and Kick, but it does count as a share every single time you do that, and it boosts us up in the algorithm a little bit. We have been at a breakneck pace for the offseason for being as small of a channel as we are, with growth and viewership, and it's thanks to every single one of you in Mad Hatter Nation, a bunch of just a bastion of sanity in a sea of nonsense. This is the Hat and Beard Show. We are the most based NFL content and Detroit Lions creation station here on the interwebs, taking the big fight to the clanker overlords and the media empires. We are just one man against the world, doing everything we can. So, play along at home, share, hit the share button, copy it down on your clipboard as we go article by article by article. It does give us a tumultuous boost in the algorithm. So now the guys, y'all have done all of the things and stuffed the things inside of things that need to be stuffed. We're going to go ahead and kick it over to Jocko and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Shout out all you guys in Mad Adder Nation. Yes, you know what, Kerry? I agree with Kerry Simtech. Shout out Brad and Dan will get 2 or 3 free agents, but no huge splashes by me or the Watcher's opinion. I'll give you that, but, I've kind of learned to temper my expectations. For me, a big splash, if we go out and get my guy Cade Mays, I'm at 6'3", 6'4", 238.5 pounds. I will do a standing backflip. I will be so excited. Shout out Buster Scruggs in the chat. I love that handle, dude. Yeah, it is a terrifying bush, my guy. Just we got to pile just one hair on top of another, dude. Because by the time we amass a bunch of hairs, we will have a whole bush, dude. You know what I'm saying? It'll be ready to go. What's up, Jody? How you doing, sister? I haven't seen you in a grip. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Brandy doing everything she absolutely positively can to promote me on every platform. Shout out Brandy Coffee. Brandy, that's a good question. I don't know, and look, I got to give there's like 2 people that watch me on Kick. I don't know who you are. Shout out you guys. I don't know how to do Kick. I just today figured out how to change the title. So, with no disrespect, Kick is kind of like the last thing that I'm trying to finalize. You know what I mean? It's like the last thing. I'm just glad we figured out how to finally get Rumble squared away. You know what I'm saying, dude? So we are getting there. All right. Well, hang on, Brandy. Let me let's go over to Kick. So hang on. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Oh, that's my dashboard. That's why I can see it. What happened? That's why I can see it. Oh, what happened? That's why I can see it. Well, I don't like that. What happened? That's why I can see it. Well, I don't like that. What happened? That's why I can see it. Well, I don't like that. Boom. Sorry about that, guys. I told you I'm a Luddite. Sorry about that. Whoops. Here you go, Brandy. There you go. There is the Kick stream. Sorry about the delay here, guys. We are trying to figure out all the technical shit over here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. For bandwidth's sake, though, I am going to close out the Kick stream because, you know. All right, let's go ahead and hit the oil can, get lubed up here. Everything that happened Sunday leading up to NFL free agency 2026 tampering period. What does Jordan Jordan have for us? Oh, look at that. It's George Booger Pickens. We're just days away from the start of free agency, but it feels like the NFL offseason is already in full swing. We've seen surprising cuts like Chicago Bears linebacker Tremaine Edmonds. I'm telling you, what's going on in Chicago is not a good... I'm sorry. What's going on for the Indiana Bears is not a good indicator. Guys abruptly retiring, wanting releases. DJ Moore, who is a better wide receiver than anyone else you have on roster, getting traded to the Bills. Yeah, small PP Benedict Arnold, Osama Ben Johnson, the trader in the Windy City. I'm telling you, he's skinny Patricia. Trades of Max Crosby to Baltimore and some important signings like Khalil Mack with the Chargers and center Connor McGovern of the Buffalo Bills. With 24 hours remaining before the tampering period, there are still plenty of questions that will be answered, and we will see what's going on. But as of right now, what has popped off? Well, the Raiders traded for Tampering Johnson. The Bills announced on Friday they released cornerback Tampering Johnson, but he had yet to officially hit the wire when the Raiders swooped in to trade for him. According to NFL Media, Vegas will acquire Johnson in a 6th and 7th round pick swap. Blowing off the trade before Johnson became officially available to all teams allows the Raiders to fend off any potential suitors. While he fell out of the starting lineup last season, the former All-Pro cornerback could have commanded a fair amount of interest in the open market. Look at the Raiders. Look at, I'm going to be honest, I think that is a Tom Brady sniper move right there. Alec Ingold signed with the Chargers. Good. Trent McDuffie, after being traded to the Rams, signs a record-breaking deal. 4-year. $124 million extension with $100 million in guaranteed money makes him the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. Wow. Would you guys have paid that kind of money for a Trent McDuffie? Woof, man. I mean, I know he's good, but like, dude, but you know what, dude? When you're at the LA Rams and you just say, we have no interest in drafting players. First round picks, you might as well go be living on the moon. Don't delay. Act now. Supplies are running out. Allow, if you're still alive, 6 to 8 years to arrive. Big deal on the way from McDuffie. We talked about that. Cardinals and Colts reach agreement with specialists. Nobody cares. Broncos re-signed Justin Sternerd, which was a guy who some articles had the Lions kind of pegged, like, hey, this is a guy you could watch to come in as a possible linebacker replacement for Anal Zone. You know, we'll see. But the Broncos are retaining one of their linebackers before he has a chance to hit free agency, agreeing to a 3-year, $18 million deal with $10 million in guaranteed. Boy, I must be an absolute poor, you guys, because look here now. Come on now. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Trent McDuffie, $124 million with $100 million in guaranteed. I can't even fathom that. And I'm over here like, dude, you know how many bricks I would shit if I got $10 million in guaranteed money? I'm such a poor. Dude. The fact that $18 million is considered a low-end deal. Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, I'm such a poor. But you know what? That's okay. It's okay, because at least I'm not George Booger Pickens. Let's go. NFL news, and at least we're not Tua Tagovailoa. At least I got a fucking job. Tua's going to be walking away with a bunch of guaranteed money, and the most golden of golden parachutes is the Dolphins are going to be taking on $99 million of that guaranteed money over the next 2 years. So, you know, he's only still cashing a cool $50 million, give or take, before taxes. And it's in Florida, so there's no income tax. So Tua's still... All right, just realize, Justin Sternard, he signed a $18 million deal worth $10 million in guarantees, and he's still got to go play ball. Tua Tagovailoa effectively can just, him and Kyler Murray can sit on their ass and shove their thumbs up each other's butts and make over $100 million in guaranteed money not playing a single down of football. I know the quarterback position is very important, but like, bro. Dolphins make a decision on Tua's future with the team. Make sure to share this around. Tua signed a massive $212 million contract extension in 2024. John Eric Sullivan announced on Monday that the team will release Tua as free agency begins. Miami selected Tua, number 5 overall in 2020, but injuries and inconsistent play appeared to lead the team into this decision. You guys remember when teams were openly, quote, tanking for Tua when he was supposed to be the savior? Remember when Justin Fields was supposed to be the savior? You know how Caleb Williams is supposed to be the savior? Quote, I recently informed Tua and his representation that we're going to move in a new direction at the quarterback position and will be releasing him after the start of the new league year. As I shared with Tua, I have great respect for the person and the player he is. On behalf of the Miami Dolphins, I expressed our gratitude for his many contributions both on the field and in the community during his 6 seasons in Miami. As we move forward, we will be focused on infusing competition across the roster and establishing a strong foundation for this team as we work toward building a sustained winner. Tagovailoa will be a post-June 1 designation, and the Dolphins will take on $99 million in dead cap space split over the next 2 years. Ouch! Oof! Fuck me, man. He played 6 seasons with the Fish, threw for 18,000 yards and 120 touchdowns in those years. Miami awarded Tua with a 4-year, $212.4 million contract extension before the start of the 24 season. And by 2026, he will not be playing for the Miami Dolphins. Look how fast. Look how fast. And not for nothing, I didn't think that Tua was worth all that money when they paid him. But, you know, guys, people just get way too hyped. They get way too dazzled by one season. You know, one season where where, let's be honest, he still was able to launch up to a healthy and in his prime Cheetah. Think of Cheetah as much as whatever you think of Cheetah. He's a piece of shit, but he was still very talented, right? And as the Cheetah got broken down, as that offensive line got broken down, as their defense got broken down because they were bottlenecked by bad contracts, what did we see happen? Well, we've seen the $250 million man, less than 2 years after signing that contract, out of a job, still collecting. He will still collect. Let's just be real, guys. Tua will still collect this year being unemployed and probably never really having any career after this in the NFL. He will collect more money this year being an unemployed bust, generational bust quarterback than I will ever make in my entire life. How wild is that? Speaking of players looking for new homes, guys, make sure you hit that like button and share it around. What's up, Eric? What is it? Eric Thomas? Eric Thomas? I followed you. Please follow me back. Right on, Eric. I will do that, actually. Is it? Yeah, Eric. Right on. Sorry, I can't really see the chat so well. I will definitely do that when the show's over. Just stick around, dude, and I'll make sure and do that. Appreciate the follow, though, dude. That's super duper. What's up, man? So Taylor Decker, T-Deck. Time for the Lions to get a new deck. Time to replace the deck and maybe install one of those really fancy. So I hear, guys, out in Utah, they have a new style where they're switching over from old decks to these really fancy new, they're called Fano patios, dude. Yeah. And I think the Lions should look at getting just maybe taking out, you know, a small remodeling, like a signature loan from your local credit union or something to invest in your property to increase the value. You know, clearly we've ripped off the old deck. Why not go ahead and just pour a nice cement Fano patio? You know what I mean? A nice Spencer Fano patio is the way to go here in the Motor City. So Decker granted release after 10 years with the Lions. Look, I not ever been the most wild about Taylor Decker. When you compare assholes to elbows, though, he was much better than Jeff on my Bacchus ever was. Better than Gosder Cherilus ever could have been. You know, there's not a lot of talent that you can really stack up at that left tackle position. So when you really get down to it, Taylor Decker has been better than most in the history of the franchise. But again, what we're really boiling it down to is, oh, great, he's the smartest kid with Down syndrome. Excellent. Taylor Decker won't return to the Lions after all. After stating that his plan not to retire at 26, it was assumed that means they made an asshole out of yourself. The 10-year pro would continue as Jared Goff's blindside protector. That assumption was short-lived. That's because you made an asshole out of yourself. Decker announced on Friday that he has requested his release after the sides couldn't come to a contract agreement. Things change. 145 games started, 3 playoff appearances, 2 division titles, a decade carrying the shield. I fully intend to do it once again, but my time as a Lion has come to an end. In the week since notifying the team of my return, there have been numerous discussions, many of which were a surprise to me, and we could not find common ground. Therefore, I decided to request my release. I am opting for a clean and amicable close to what has been such a beautiful 10 years going to war as a Lion. It has been an absolute privilege of my life to be your left tackle for the past 10 years. I am forever grateful for the opportunity the Ford family and the Lions organization afforded to me. Yes, yes, picked in 2016. Yes, yes, battling injuries. Nobody cares. Set to make $18.2 million in 2026, including $1.5 million roster bonus if he was on the roster March 15th. Decker was cut for a restructured candidate in Detroit. Clearly, the veteran didn't agree with the figures the Lions were looking to keep him under, igniting his release request. It's a surprising turn after it appeared the Lions would get at least one more year out of their left tackle. Now, days away from free agency, that becomes a glaring hole in the roster. Giovanni Manu, or as I call him, Manu Ginobili, a 2024 fourth-rounder, hasn't developed as hoped, struggling in spot duty. Backup swing tackle Dan, your friendly neighborhood skipper, retired this offseason. In 24, the Lions boasted one of the best offensive lines, blah, blah, blah. We can look in the past. Detroit already had a significant need at their interior offensive line entering the offseason. Now has a tackle problem, too. Star Penei Sewell could potentially flip the left tackle spot, but it would still leave a hole on the right side, a Miles Frazier-sized hole on the right side. So with Decker's departure, who can we look to possible free agent moves that the Lions could bring in? Well, we've talked about them a bunch of times, and I do think now this does not fully indicate that this move is the viable option. Though, if I were to look at patterns, the Rasheed Walker move now just makes more and more sense. It is a Brad Holmesian move. You go and he routinely has poached away top-end free agent talent away from divisional opponents. Now, is Rasheed Walker the answer at left tackle versus a guy like shitting your pants and hoping Spencer Fano falls to 17? I would take Fano, play him at the right side. Look, I'm in the camp now of Penei's moving to the left side. That's the camp I'm in, guys. Hit the like button if you're a Penei Sewell truther at the left side. By doing so, guys, I genuinely do think there is a little bit more flexibility now. If we are to move Penei Sewell to the left side of the offensive line, we don't have to make a move at right tackle. We don't have to draft a right tackle. I genuinely think that there is a talented player on roster not named Giovanni Manu. I actually think Miles Frazier is a potential solid replacement for Penei Sewell, given the right amount of development in the offseason. Now, that being said, you're going to want to bring in a veteran piece to compete with him, whether that is keeping Jamarco Jones in-house or looking for a Rasheed Walker type. I'm not necessarily sold on Rasheed Walker personally, even though he has 26-year-old left tackle, doesn't grow on trees and get paid outrageously well, maybe especially in a year where there aren't any blue-chip incomers in the draft. Well, there are, but they're not as solid as you would. They're not a Penei Sewell big pedigree player, but there are talented players in the draft. You're just gonna have to go mining for them. There's a lot of talent in the offensive line in this draft class. But I do think that the Rasheed Walker, just simply because of the narrative around the divisional opponent pluck away, Brad Holmes is a creature of habit, at least so far, until proven otherwise. I think you would if I were to put money on it, I would say Rasheed Walker would be the guy, though I'm actually more of a Elijah Vera Tucker guy, an immensely talented player who was the 14th overall pick by the Jets in 21. He can excel pretty much anywhere on the line, provided he can play. Now, this also lends itself to Brad Holmes, right? Vera Tucker has played more than 7 games twice in his career and missed all of last season with a triceps injury. He has not played tackle since 2022, but he doesn't have to play tackle. If the idea is that we're going to move the tater down to center, then Elijah Vera Tucker comes in and plays that guard spot relatively well, and you don't have to transition him back to the tackle spot, even though that is a naturally fitting position for him because he is so big and long and lanky. This does lend itself to a high ceiling, low payout player where we can bring in Elijah Vera Tucker on a 1-year prove-it deal for a relatively low end, have him be a competition / coach in the locker room developmental piece for our younger offensive line players. He can plug and play immediately, theoretically, as long as he bounces back, grandma wagon our way down this conversation from injury. I like the Elijah Vera Tucker route rather than a Rasheed Walker, simply because, 1, I like Elijah Vera Tucker. 2, he's going to be a little bit cheaper coming back from the injury. 3, he's going to have a little bit more, at least in my opinion, a little bit more fire in his ass to prove himself, to get another big bag after a prove-it year contract. Braxton Jones, an option, again, that very same rinse and repeat type idea for Rasheed Walker, a divisional opponent, 27 years old, played pretty well at times. Do I think he's a solid position, a standard stalwart for us moving forward for the next 5 years? No, not at all. And I don't think Braden Smith is really the guy we want to be hanging our hat on, but is an option to keep in mind. I know we're kind of moving right along here, Mad Hatter Nation. We got a lot to go over. Penei Sewell could possibly move to the right, or from right to left side. This is just a kind of reiteration of what we've already been talking about. Decker's absence leaves a sizable hole at left tackle, and that could mean big things for the Lions stalwart on the other side of the line. The Lions have a superstar at right tackle after selecting Penei Sewell at number 7 overall out of Oregon in 2021. He's developed into one of the league's elite tackles. Right now, he's the best tackle in the sport. He's one of the best players in the NFL. He ranked first among all tackles with an elite 95.7 PFF grade in 2025, but somehow didn't win the Potty Award. Though he took his lumps as a rookie, he still finished with an above average 76.8 grade, improving that to an 83 in 22. Over the last 3 seasons, Sewell has been the best tackle in football and is only getting better. However, he might not want to be a right tackle much longer. Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press highlights the possibility that the Lions will move Sewell to left tackle with Decker's departure. A left tackle in Oregon, Sewell won the Outland Trophy as college best lineman, but moved to right tackle with the Lions because Decker, well, he had the left side on lockdown. This type of movement isn't unprecedented in recent NFL history. When the Bucs had a hole at left tackle, they moved all-pro right tackle Tristan Rifts to the left side and didn't skip a beat, becoming an even more dominant force at a more valuable position. That's what the Lions would hope Sewell can do if they choose to make this move. Moving Sewell to left tackle solves that problem, but it creates another hole at the right tackle, not to mention the issues they have along the interior of their offensive line. In all likelihood, the Lions will make multiple significant additions to their offensive line this offseason, starting with free agency and continuing with the draft. Next, you're going to tell me that water is wet. And then they go on to list a bunch of players that we already know. Olavega Leon, Spencer Fano. You guys know I love Spencer Fano. I am so tired of Caden Proctor. Emmanuel Pergnon. You got what? God, which one of y'all is super high? Is it Brent Lighton? Are you super high on Pergnon? Caleb Lomu. You guys know that I liked the Lomu move if Decker was still here. I thought Caleb Lomu was a nice draft and develop player. If you're going to draft Caleb Lomu and expect him to be your immediate starter along the offensive line, I think we are staring down the barrel of a tremendous amount of growing pains. Though he does have a good athletic pedigree, I actually do think, this is just my take on it, take it or leave it, dude. I'm just the guy inside the phone. Smash like, share this around. If it were me, I would rather take Max Finkel as Einhorn over Caleb Lomu in the I'm going to draft this player and they're going to play right away. I actually think Max Finkel as Einhorn is a better player than Caleb Lomu right now. Though I do think Lomu has a slightly higher ceiling. But when you get down to it, I think those players are very 1A, 1B if you're looking for that player profile. I would rather go Max Finkel as Einhorn in the second round, but that's something that we'll see as the free agency and the draft kind of shakes out. Just something to kind of chew on, you guys. Think about it when we get towards the mock draft. Let me know down in the chat. Actually, here, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're about the halfway mark of the show. We're going to throw a poll up here for you guys. Mock draft route. Tackle in round 1. DN in round 1. Sunday. Sorry, guys. Here, I'm going to throw a poll up so that when we get to the mock draft, I can kind of see what your guys' vibes is on that. whoever is our first pick has to start. Buster, yeah, and especially if it's, actually, you know what, dude? I don't see a route where our first round pick, be it offensive line, defensive line, corner, you are right, dude. Yeah, Buster Scruggs. Shout out Buster Scruggs, dude. You nailed it, dude. Yes. I will agree with that 100% right now as it sits. Whoever is our first round pick right now, Monday of the legal tampering period, as it sits right now, whoever the Lions pick in the first round has to be a starter. Yes, I agree with you right now. Some people say defy stats. Fair enough. No draft projects, please, Brad. Well, Art, I agree with you. There's data, and then there's who has that dog in them on the field. Fano has that dog in him. Buster, where have you been, dude? I feel like you are a perfect hand and glove fit for Mad Hatter Nation, dude. And I don't know where you've been this whole time, dude. You fit in perfectly here, dude. Yes, exactly. Fano's got that dog in him, dude. That's why he's on the thumbnail, dude. Because I'm a big Spencer Fano fan. Shout out. I would draft Bain. It has to be taken into, but that has to be taken. I would take, dude. All right, guys. If Ruben Bain falls to us at 17, I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to become Goku and instant transmission myself over to the draft and just to put the card up there myself, dude. Are you serious? I would draft Fano even if he has to play interior offensive line. Brent, that's fair. Just to get him them reps, dude. I'm with you on that, dude. I'm with you on that. So let's just go ahead and shift gears real quick. Just so we don't get completely bogged down with draft talk and that nonsense. The Lions have a little bit of an injury update on our guy Kirby Joseph, right? And what's going on in this treatment. Not a lot of news, but guys, I'm a big Kirby Joseph fan, so I got to talk about it, right? So smash the like button. Kirby Joseph's knee was a topic of conversation down at the draft after a series of social media posts following Kirby undergoing a specialized knee treatment. Let's analyze those treatments and what they mean, along with a review of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's comments. Here's a good pick of Kirby Joseph's knee. It's either acupuncture or dry needling with electric stim. I don't know what all that. I know what acupuncture is. I don't know what all, like, the, I guess, biological responses to the body. But so here goes Kirby Joseph's knee. And you can see, like I said, it's either dry needling or acupuncture. And as you can see here, he has electrodes connected to the top side of his quad right there, right? So, the knee would probably end, a lot of the ligaments kind of end about here. It looks like you're getting more up into the quad. So what is along the top side of the knee? What kind of ligaments or structural issues do we have going on here where we're stimulating what seems to be the low side of the quad here, right? So ideally, theoretically, the circuit goes from A to B or A to B here. Now, is that circuit, because I'm not sure on how the biomechanics work with it. I know that, like, when a current is introduced, or at least a high voltage current is introduced to the human body, typically it seeks out the weakest joint or point of contact to exit out of. That's why you generally have limbs explode, joints blow out, that type of shit when they're hit with a high voltage. How does this low voltage current work? I mean, obviously we've all licked 9-volt batteries before, right? So was that current just jumping from terminal to terminal, or was that current going all the way through the biomechanics of the body and connecting and back to the terminal? So what I'm curious here is this current going? We're just going to say that the left side is A and the right side is B for conversational purposes. Is it going from A to B in a direct line, or is it going from A to B and stimulating all along? Is it hitting? I guess the current traversing from, instead of A to B, it's going A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it looping all around the knee and subsequently ending up here? Is that what's going on? Like, does anybody know how this works? Sorry, I'm not a doctor. Chat, help me out here. These are low voltage. The terminals are at the closest points of exit. Right on, Brent. Fuck yeah. Yeah, Brent, you're a scientist. I forgot about that, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Kirby's on social media throwing t-shirts to the crowd at a basketball game showing no signs of leg issues. Right on, dude. And if he was torquing through his lower end. That's good that he's putting pressure and able to twist, torque, and use leverage on the ligaments. Okay, so Brent, you're saying it's low voltage and the terminals are the closest point of exit. So then do the terminals operate as like, I guess not a diode. Would it operate as then like a jumper between the two points of contact where there's that weak point? Is that what the terminals operate as like a jumper? Or like for simpler terms yet, do they act as like a wire nut? Is that what we're doing? Are we completing the circuit with those points of contact, those needles, and then do those needles direct the current around from the circuit points, what we called A and B, left side, right side, where the terminals are connected? This is very interesting. Next thing you know, you guys, I'm going to be at work tonight licking fucking batteries trying to figure it out. This is interesting shit, man. And so they go on to say, what's the treatment? It's either acupuncture or dry needling. Either can involve electric stimulation. Studies show these kinds of needle treatments can help with pain. The major caveat with these studies is that the placebo effect is powerful when it comes to subjective measurements like pain. Doing a quality study that controls for the placebo effects of the needling procedure is difficult, if not impossible. A placebo effect, we know, you guys know what the placebo effect is. I don't have to. What's up, Refty? No clue what the needles do. Just the area goes across, stimulates the muscles. What's up, Refty? I appreciate that, dude. Gotcha. So is it then like stimulating? Does the electric current stimulate the nerve enough to block out the pain receptors, or does it kind of, I guess then my question would be does the electric current stimulate the nerve so that it doesn't feel the pain, or does the current stimulate the nerve to where it is invisible to the pain? Like it like overstimulates the nerve so that you just don't even feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? And again, it could be all placebo, which just to that point further shows the power of the human mind. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's needling treatment will help with the swelling is debatable. Even if it does help with swelling, it's the cause of the swelling that's the issue, right? It's the cause, not the effect. What did Brad Holmes? They're doing whatever they can to stay healthy. We know this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing we don't already know. So all we really got, guys, is a little bit more evidence onto the treatment, more speculation that we can do. It makes sense it makes the area numb to block pain for a time. Gotcha, dude. So it just like hella stimulates the nerve then. Gotcha, bro. That's wild, man. That's wild, dude. That's wild. You guys know tomorrow, I'm talking like this. It's because I was licking batteries. If I go full on Kramer with Novocaine, dude. You move the wires to different terminals to change where the Gotcha. Okay. So it is going from terminal to terminal, and you just move the lead to the different terminals where you want the current to be directed. Raj, gotcha. So it's kind of like they're just kind of blanket covering like all where the nerve endings could be going, and they're just kind of blanketing all of that. I'm ignorant of that. I assume it's overstimulus thing like you suggested, but I don't know. Right on, dude. I don't know either, man. We're all kind of figuring this out together, dude. This is awesome. This is all gotcha. Man, you guys are wild. You do it prior to workout and practices. If I could figure out how to move the Rumble chat so that the YouTube chat could see one another, fuck, man. We could crush this, yo. Gotcha. So you do it prior to. So he's stimulating it so that he can work. So it's a blocker, more or less. It's a pain blocker, not a recovery. It's a preventative, not reactive, right? That's awesome. That's fucking dude. Science is cool, man. Science rules. Bill Nye's a fucking douche nozzle, but science is cool, man. Fucking Bill Nye, liberal douchebag. All right, boys. So, yeah, we got tons of time. Why am I in a big rush? I already decided that we might run late today. What is the rush, dude? It's Monday. And it's Monday, March 9th, which means the legal tampering period opens today. And what to expect from the Lions when the legal tampering period opens. Coming from us from SI.com, Vito Chichiro. When the NFL legal tampering period opens Monday at noon, the Lions are expected to approach free agency with a calculated and disciplined approach. Rather than making a splashy big money signing or two, GM Brad Holmes and the front office are likely to prioritize value signings, roster flexibility, and long-term sustainability. Just so we're clear, there's the top two priorities in re-signing anyone. Before you sign a free agent, before you go and spend a bunch of money on players, I need Goff restructured, I need Amon-Ra restructured, I need Aleem restructured, and I need Campbell and Gibbs locked down for at least 5 years each, guys. So the Lions have a potential to position itself financially heading into free agency. The organization has several avenues to create significant cap space through contract restructures. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Penei Sewell, Aleem McNeil are all among players whose contracts could be reworked to create additional room. If the Lions decide to restructure each of those above deals, the team could theoretically open up north of $130 million in cap space, according to Over the Cap. Importantly, restructures do not require players to take pay cuts. Instead, they convert portions of salary into bonuses, allowing the team to spend cap hits over future seasons while the players still obtain full value of their contracts. The flexibility means the Lions could be more active in free agency than some might expect. However, Holmes has consistently shown that he prefers smart investments rather than headline-grabbing moves. If by smart investments you mean Emmanuel Mosley or DJ Shark or Tyrell the Gazelle Williams or Michael Brockers or Marcus Davenport, I don't think those are very smart moves. The Lions will likely target players who fit their culture, fill clear roster needs, and come at reasonable price tags. Additionally, free agency for the Lions won't simply be about making external additions. The Lions have several important internal decisions to make. Extension talks are expected to begin soon with Gibbs, who has emerged as one of the league's, if not the best and most electric offensive weapons. Meanwhile, other contributors, including Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, and Brian Branch, could also begin discussions regarding the future contract extensions. I just gotta say it, and it's no slight against him. I'm a huge Brian Branch fan. We do need to pump the brakes and approach Brian Branch's re-signing with tremendous amounts of caution. I do think that any player that would be able to Deuce McAllister their way back from this ruptured Achilles, it would be Brian Branch. But until that is proven a situation that is viable, I can't, in good conscience, spend big money on a ruptured Achilles safety that was already playing down from where he was even a year prior. I like Brian Branch a lot. He plays infinitely better when Kirby Joseph is on the field. Brian Branch could be the answer to our hybridization and transitional defense from base defense into the new fast nickel slot corner style where you need a aggressive nickel to play up at the line. Brian Branch does that great. It opens up flexibility for a guy like Thomas Harper to lurk back there at the safety spot with Kirby Joseph, barring any setbacks in his rehab and recovery. I would just approach in that order: Gibbs, then Jack Campbell, then Sam Laporta, and then a tremendous amount of caution around Brian Branch. I just want to make sure that we all maintain a certain amount of sobriety around the realization and reality that is Brian Branch's ruptured Achilles, guys. That's all I'm saying. All right, so Branch and Laporta, let's go. All right, Buster. So you want us to reset? You want those? Both Laporta and Branch to be re-signed. I do too. I'm a big fan of both of them. It's just as far as a business decision and priorities, it goes Gibbs, Campbell, Laporta, Branch in that order. What's up, Mr. Detroit City? Hey, you back stateside yet, dude? Or are you still splashing around in the ocean, dude? Restructure is simply stealing money from future cap years. That's why people think the cap is fake and gay. But you always have to pay the piper. You do, Brent. But as far as salary cap restructuring, you year by year, yes, you do have to pay the piper, but the salary cap is only as real as you want to make it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Back in the USA, hell yeah, dude. Good, dude. BB had the other knee issues when he ruptured his Achilles. I expect very little from him this season. Could make him way cheaper come this time next year. Exactly, Brent. Exactly. And that's the thing, is I'm actually trying to keep a little bit of stay a little grounded when it comes to Brian Branch and the realization that he's probably not even going to be back this year. That's the reality of it. If at all. if at all. He might be done, dude. This might be the end of Brian Branch. You know, this is a catastrophic, structurally significant injury. You know what I'm saying? Feels good to be free again. Hell yeah, brother. You've got Campbell and Gibbs backwards. Oh, did I shit? My bad, dude. Oh, Rick, you want Campbell? Gotcha. I think one person is still leaving the Lions and is also going to free up more money. Yeah, probably, Kerry. Do you mean someone who hasn't been released yet? And if so, who you thinking, dude? You thinking Terry and Arnold? I'm thinking Terry and Arnold, dude. I'm thinking we move on from Terry and Arnold. All right, guys. So how are we looking here in the poll? All right. So it looks like we're going tackle in the first round. Okay, guys. Okay. I get it. 62%. All right, guys. So before we get into this mock draft, could you subscribe to the channel if you're new here on Rumble, Twitch, or YouTube, or Kick, or YouTube, whatever the fuck the third one is. Share this around, hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and start our mock draft over at NFL Mock Draft Database. We are the Detroit Lions. We will be doing 5 rounds because it's not yet April. There's no reason to do all 7 rounds and get completely lost in the sauce. We're going to be using the expert board, moving at normal speed. And what type of trading do we want? We want standard trading. So we're going to go ahead and enter the draft room here over at NFL Mock Draft Database. And we are going to, in 3, 2, 1, start the draft. And we're going to see Mendoza 1, Reese 2, Magua 3, Bailey 4, Fano, damn it, 5, Tate, Bain, Tyson, Love, knew it, Downs, Delaney, Falk, Terrell, Boston, Styles, Conception, and we're up at 17. All right, boys. We're going to go tackle. You guys want to go tackle. Let's look at exclusively the tackle position. Even though Jermon McCoy is still out there, we could look at Leon, Akeem Mesdor. All right, let's look at linemen here. You guys, do you want to go tackle or do you want to look at interior offensive linemen too? Because the tackle room, obviously, all the names are there. Miller, Lomu, Proctor, Freeling, Finkel is Einhorn, Gunter Dunker, they're all still there, dude. Interior offensive line, Leon, Pergnon, Biscuits, Lou's still there, Rutledge is there. How are you guys feeling? How are we feeling? I have Vega rated highest, but Freeling is a good prospect for left tackle. All right. You like Freeling? I kind of like Blake Miller actually right now. I haven't done a Blake Miller draft at all. Freeling or Vega, huh? All right. I kind of like Vega as well, dude. I like that Olia Vega Leon play. Can he play tackle? Can Vega play tackle? Freeling is a good practice. Put me down for Proctor. Night Owl. Shout out Night Owl. Right on, dude. I appreciate that, man. And so far we've got 1 for Vega, 1 for Freeling, and 1 for Proctor. Blake Miller might be higher floor, lower ceiling, but Freeling is insanely athletic. Gotcha. No, Vega is not a tackle. All right, guys. So let's fade Vega then. Let's just fade Vega. Let's just look at the tackle play, dude. Let's just look at the tackle play. As much as I like Olia Vega Leon, we're gonna stick with the chat and we're gonna look at tackle, guys. Now we could trade. Do you guys want to try and trade back? You want to try and trade back? We got time. We got all the time. Why am I so high on Blake Miller recently, dude? Why am I reading all these articles on this low or super high floor guy? Vega will not be an all-pro guard, so you have to consider. Or will be an all-pro guard. Fair enough. Won't do any tampering, so why the question? Oh, you're talking about trying to sign people, dude? Is that what you're talking about, A. Williams? I guess I'm curious, what question do you mean, dude? My bad. What about you, Rumble? You got any input over there, Rumble? What's going on, Rumble? What the hell happened to Rumble? Did I lose Rumble? Bro, what's up with Rumble? Oh, there we go. Huh, weird. Williams. Yes. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, He might not, dude. He might not. I think our priorities need to be in re-signing and restructuring our own players before we go out signing guys. I think there's plenty of draft prospects to fill needs in this draft. So, boys, let's go ahead and throw another poll up here while we just kind of chit-chat with y'all. So we're going to go tackle. You guys want to go tackle, huh? All right. Okay. Who then? Freeling. Proctor. Lomu. Trade. All right, guys. I'll give you a few minutes here on the poll. Get Vega and trade up for Finkel as Einhorn? Dude. Brent, you are getting me so high on Max Finkel as Einhorn, dude. You're getting me so high on Max Finkel as Einhorn, bro. All right, so far 2 votes. 100% for Proctor, huh? What do you guys know about Proctor? What do we know about Proctor? Did we get some good information out of the meeting? Because by all accounts, I got him pegged as a slapdick. I got Proctor traded, or you got now we're 50% trade. All right. Oh, damn, you guys are hella on the trade now, huh? All right. What do you guys know about Proctor that I don't know? Because I know I've been reading that he's a slapdick, dude. 43% trade. We'll give it another minute on the poll, fellas. Yeah, there's 20 of you over at YouTube, man. Damn. What's up? Damn, there's 6 of you guys over at Rumble. Damn, yo. Look at this shit. Look at y'all go. All right, gonna give one more minute here, guys. So far, we're tied. All right, trade. Inching ahead. Now we're tied. Damn, guys. All right, guys. Look, Jesus Christ, you guys. Yo, why is everybody so what? Like, and this isn't a. I'm just. I am genuinely curious. Why are we super high on Proctor? Proctor's feet are too slow to play tackle. Agreed. Alabama's tackles are always drafted high on our bus. Agreed. We put Rad at center. Williams, theoretically, let's just shoot this mock draft as we signed Cade Mays. How's that? We signed Cade Mays, or we're not. We addressed the center position in free agency. And our first 2 picks are going to be offensive tackle in the first round and probably defensive end in the second round. Let's. How we doing on the poll? Guys, I need another vote. Yo, we are at 33% Proctor, 33% trade. Holy shit. Wait, what? Caleb Lomu moved up my draft order. His age was misreported. He's only 20? I thought, damn, dude. I thought he was 24 as well, bro. Needs a year to gain an ass, but he'll be good. Yeah, dude, Brent, that's why I kind of got Caleb Lomu and Max Finkel as Einhorn kind of as solid day 2 picks. I think Finkel as Einhorn and Caleb Lomu are very similar in their developmental talents. Lions have met with, are you talking Proctor, Night Owl? Because I know we met with Proctor at the at the draft. Is there something that I don't know about Proctor, dude? You guys are killing me. 33 trade, 33 Proctor. All right, let's see what we can trade. Let's see who we can call. Let's try and trade back. Pittsburgh's got a bunch of draft capital. Bunch of 3rd rounders. Yo. What do you guys think about this? 17 for 21 and 85. You guys like this one? I like this. Yo, we ain't giving up shit. We ain't giving up shit, dude. Look at this. Let's fire. I'm pulling the trigger. Sorry, guys. What's the poll at? What's the poll say? You guys are fucking killing me on this poll. You guys are fucking killing me, dude. Holy shit. I heard Proctor damn it. Got all serious. I heard Proctor crushed the combine interviews, but he sucked for 3 years. He had half a decent season, like a contract year. Word, Brent. Exactly. That's what I've heard. He's a slapdick, dude. I take that trade all day. Me too, dude. Me too. I just needed a push. Boom. Pulling the trigger. Thanks, Pittsburgh. And you took Mekhi Lemon. No loss. No loss. No loss. No loss. Nobody. We got nobody. Nobody. None of the tackles went, and we got back in the third round. Do we gamble again, boys? Do we roll that dice again? Yo. Hey, yo. Oh, that's wild as hell. Nobody from the tackle group went. Fuck, man. All right, well, the same fucking question still stands in the poll. All right, let's, we're off on Freeling then, huh? I agree. Hella athletic, but only 1 year of production. Again, Proctor, only 1 year of production. No way Freeling or Vega make it to pick 20. In the normal draft, I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. But they're both still here in ours. Oh, man. What a fucking pickle, dude. What a pickle, bro. All right, Proctor took the lead, guys. You guys want us to take Caden Proctor? Freeling has a 9.99 RAS score, huh? Oh, fuck. You know what, dude? We're taking Freeling. Why not? We never take Freeling. No Proctor. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Brent, I can't in good faith take Caden Proctor. I can't. Not in the first round, dude. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to give you guys another option here. I'm sorry, I can't do Caden Proctor. I can't. I'm not sold on him again at all. All right, giving you guys three options. Close the poll in 2 minutes. Boom. Who we taking? Freeling, Miller, or Lomu? We've already traded back and gotten back into the third round. We are crushing it. We're sitting pretty. We are fucking humming along nicely, guys. We are humming along nicely. Jack says now we got to draft a QB because golf won't last the year. Bro, ain't that the truth, dude? Freeling started 16 games at Georgia. He got better at everything he needed over the final season. He looked like the first rounder he was. Okay, so he got better then. He got progressively better, and that's what we look for, dude, is that, like, over the course of the season, we look for the guy to do, like, consistently stack games. You know, stacking good games on top of good games, dude. Yes, raw, but low mileage and freaky athletic. Yes, dude, yes. Yes, yes. All right. As soon as we get a fifth vote cast, we'll pull the trigger. We need one more vote. One more vote, boys. 50% of you saying Freeling, then 25 Miller, 25 Lomu on the 4 votes. Who we taking, dude? Oh, man. See, and the thing is with the raw is, like, I think this is kind of what it runs down to is once you really get outside of Maya Uga and Fano, you get like raw, slapdick, raw. You know what I mean? A bunch of raw, hella talented players and one super duper slapdick, you know? All right, we got the 5 votes. Are you fucking kidding me, guys? All right, Brent sold me. That's what I needed to hear. Freeling is the only prototypical left tackle in this draft. All right. Welcome aboard, Monroe Freeling. Yo, Proctor sliding completely out of the first round. Boom. Proctor slid out of the first round. So did Lomu. Ha! That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Einhorn went in the first round, dude. Shit! Well, god damn it. Son of a bitch. Well, I accidentally traded out of a fucking pick. What the fuck? I did something. I don't know what the hell I did. I did something. I don't know what the fuck I did. Well, would you look at that? So here we are, boys. Round 2, pick 63. Some guys out there. Gabe Yakus. Connor Liu. LT Overton, he's a bust. Jake Slaughter. What about, what do you guys know about Jacob Rodriguez? What do we know about Rodriguez? Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it, Brent. He's amazing. Tell me about him. Sell me. Chat, sell me. Sell me on Jacob Rodriguez in the second round. Is he our guy? Is he our consolation prize for not getting Sonny Styles? Is he our next Alex Anelzone? Is he our guy? Because you know Rodrigo is also a free agent. You like Jacob Rodriguez, huh? What does he do? What's his tricks? Creates turnovers. He has instincts for days. 6'1". A little shorter than you want. Damn, a 4.5 40? Woo! That's moving, dude. He's an athlete and leaves textile bigger than life. Stat stuffing linebacker. He's uniquely productive with elite tackle, interception, and forced fumble production. Bounce out on the run, fit when chasing action, but he has the burst to race back inside and finish. He's slippery, working off blocks and navigating combo climbers. His lateral pursuit leaves the station on time, and with fast takeoffs, displays ball hawking instincts and outstanding hands, but busted coverages are part of his package in 25. His unbridled urgency and make every play mindset can inflate missed tackle totals, but the production should outweigh the occasional headaches. Strength combines his high tackle total with plus on-ball production, post 13 forced fumbles, FBS leading 7 and 25. Quickly races to the junction point, rarely caught flat-footed, constantly moves, makes him hard to hit for linemen, won't drift deep into traffic without a plan of action, punches and plays off the block with excellent technique, has instincts, eyes, and ball skills, safety coverage, field command, presence, inspire those around him. Can knocked inside the box by size, will occasionally false step on a diagnosed stage, will take a big bite on misdirection and play action, coverage bust, comes in hot to catch, leading to overruns, lacks desired length for consistent wrap-ups. So he's Malcolm Rodriguez? Am I reading that right? Oh, okay. I'm just dumb. Yo, all right. So the only thing I'm gonna pump the brakes with on Jacob Rodriguez is, am I drafting Jordan Dizon? Big, strong, fast, smart as hell like Jack Campbell. He has already a step in the right direction due to play recognition. He's 3 inches taller than Malcolm. Are you telling me that Malcolm Rodriguez is 5'10"? Are you shitting me? Oh, he's 5'11". All right, yeah. So he I thought he was a little bit taller. I like my linebackers like 6'3", 6'4". He's at the 6'1" range. I mean, he's not a tiny guy. He ain't Zach Thomas, but he sure as hell ain't fucking action Jack Campbell. All right, guys, we're gonna take Jacob Rodriguez here. I want to be sure. Are we drafting Jordan Dizon here? Tell me I'm not drafting Jordan Dizon, because that's my worry. Is I'm getting Dizon fucking vibes, tackles, ball hawking, instinct, blah blah blah, and then just doesn't ever work out. You guys remember Jordan Dizon? Our second round pick a few years back, I believe it was during the Patricia era, or was it during the Jim Schwartz era? Second round pick out of Colorado, Jordan Dizon. You remember that guy? I turned him into a superstar in Madden. Who else is available? Fucking Jadarian Price, Zachary Branch, Jake Galladay, Gabe Yakas, Malachi Lawrence, Connor Liu, Surratt, Denise Sutton, who, by all accounts is actually a pretty viable option at the edge. Do we want to go edge in the second round, or do we want to go linebacker? LT Overton? I'm not taking LT Overton. Romeo Height. Jake Slaughter. We could reach all the way to Jake Slaughter. Draft Drew Aller. Or Garrett Nussmeier. I kind of like Rodriguez, Yakas, or Denise Sutton. Obviously, I'm feeling defense. I can go as far as Slaughter if you guys want to reach and take Slaughter. Malachi Lawrence. Why won't Malachi Lawrence fall to 50? And that's what I was worried. Jack, shout out Jack. That's what I was worried about Sutton, is can he hold the edge? Or are we just drafting Al-Qadim Muhammad? Tell me about Malachi Lawrence. And why should I be hype about him? Oh, it's this cat from UCF. Yeah, we read about him. Yeah, him and the that dude out of Florida are kind of similar, and I mean like the University of Florida. 6'4", 250. Exciting blend of height and weight, length, tempo-based runner with a full gas tank to go hunting, rarely repeats rush sequences. Nice. Easy to lose count of his go-to move and counters, explosive takeoffs. Sudden feet allow him to bounce inside quickly, bypasses protection with a flurry of deft hand usage, slants into gaps and tackles. Needs to play better discipline and assignment integrity, inconsistent edge setter despite his physical attributes. Saw limited tests at the tackle position on his schedule. Rushes into blockers' clutches as a reduced rusher. Strong hands and quick sets dampen his rush movement. All right. I like it. Yeah, I could go Lawrence. All right, Lawrence, Denise Sutton, or Rodriguez. Let's go defense. Malachi is formidable. He's a big body DN, like 6'4", 260. I was reading he's like, all right, 260, 250 around there. It's not bad. Brent, you're saying he won't fall to 50 now. Why won't he fall to 50, dude? Because of his combine? Because he ran a 4.5 40? What's up, Trippy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hey, answer this for us, dude. In the second round, are we taking Jacob Lawrence, Malachi Lawrence, or Denise Sutton? Or Jake Slaughter, if you really want. We traded out of 17 to 21, and we took Monroe Freeling. Jacob Rodriguez is a difference maker. That's the type of shit that I like to hear, dude. That's the type of shit that sells me on Jacob Lawrence. I think DJ had him at the 5th best pass rusher. Some name did. Gotcha. Okay. So what it comes down to between Jacob Rodriguez and the defensive ends is a drafting the hypothetical best player available versus drafting by need. So what are we doing here? Are we going best player available or are we going by need? This is just if-then cascading statements all the way down until we can figure out who we're taking. Why am I leaning Rodriguez? And as much as I like Malachi Lawrence, just what I've been reading, I'm actually more sold on Denise Sutton than I am Malachi Lawrence because of the caliber of play in college. I guess you could say the same thing about Jacob Rodriguez. And I'm assuming by this we're expecting Anal Zone to be gone. Yo, do you guys like that thumbnail? Do you guys like what we've been doing with the thumbnails recently? Where I've been putting their faces on silly little bodies, dude. If we might get Hill or Trotter, who I have above Rodriguez. Hang on here, bud. Oh, Harold Perkins might not be too bad. Well, luckily, dude, they're both gone. They're gone. So our best linebacker candidate, according to NFL Mock Draft Database, would be Jacob Rodriguez. And then I would go Harold Perkins. But, so what are we doing here, guys? But I know, dude. I don't know what the hell I did, bro. I do know what I did. I was trying to click over here to all prospects, right? And when it pulled it up, I fucking was trying to click all prospects and it clicked accept draft. So yeah, I fucked the 50th pick. I don't even know what the hell I got in return. So yeah, dude, you know what? So to that end, yeah, this is actually not a bad route that we went, all things considered. We still were able to get the majority of guys that are talented while getting a, I don't know what I accepted, to be honest with y'all. I fucked that one up pretty good. You know what, dudes? Let's go defensive end. As much as I want to go Jacob Rodriguez, the idea behind this is that we should be transitioning away from a base defense, and we have 2 linebackers already in-house that are super lock solid. This is no slight to Jacob Rodriguez. This is just have wanted a defensive end for so long. Do we go Denise Sutton, Lawrence, or Yakus? And I'm in the Denise Sutton and Lawrence camp. How are we feeling, chat? Am I leaning towards? I need to watch Gabe Yakus. I'm ignorant on him. Me too. See, and then Trippy, of course. Me and Brent are like, I don't know anything about Yakus, and Trippy's like, Yakus. Y'all are making this easy for me. All right, why do we take Yakus, Trippy? You know what, dude? I'm taking Lawrence, or I'm taking Sutton. Fuck it. There, boom. It's getting to be 11:30. We got to move this shit along. Believe it or not, I do got shit I got to do. Lawrence fits our needs. Gotcha. I'll try and keep that in mind next draft. I'm just closing out all trade offers. All right. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. If I'm in the 3rd round here that I traded back up into, right? This is our pick. This is our victory pick for trading with Pittsburgh, right? Why would I hesitate? Why would I ever hesitate? Jake Slaughter, welcome aboard. Damn, he falls to the 3rd round. That'd be butt fucking wild, dude. That'd be butt fucking wild. Sutton's bigger than Lawrence? No shit. Well, there you go. See? All right, here we go. Pick 118. Get out of here. Y'all. There ain't shit. Fourth round. Are we going cornerback or are we going Garrett Nussmeier? Are we going corner or are we going Garrett Nussmeier? I'm feeling Nussmeier. Something bigger than Lawrence. Genesis Smith. All right. Why not? Zero hesitation. Genesis Smith, welcome aboard. All right, here we go with the 125. Done trading. All right, corner. Let's take a corner. Who we taking a corner? Who's in the juice? Dalen Everett. Tacario Davis. Will Lee III. Brian Parker II. Or Devin Moore. Who's in the juice? We need a safety, nickel, and corner. Well, we took the safety. All right, let's just go DBs, dude. Let's go DBs. We's in the juice. Nice. Let's grab us a corner. Who we taking at corner, guys? Let's pull up the corners. Where's in the juice? Everett is no good. We will fade Everett then. Devin Moore. Is Devin Moore our guy? Fading Everett. We're going to fade Everett then. Everett's no good. We're fading Everett. You like Jaden Farmer, huh? Well, Brent, we got to let some other people get some picks in too, dude. You can't be the Hat and Brent show. Oh, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you, dude. I'm just fucking with you. I love the interactions, bro. All right, guys. So Dalen Everett is no good. Jack says no good. We get no stamp of approval there. I don't want a Washington corner, so I'm going to put my stamp of disapproval there. Tacario Davis and Dalen Everett are gone. I like Devin Moore because I like or do we like Canada? Or Lorenzo Styles? What about Lorenzo Styles? Let's hold off. Let's hold off on corner. Let's see if we can get Lorenzo Styles later. Yo, do we take Justin Jolly? Let's take Justin Jolly. Let's take Justin Jolly. Let's take a tight end. Boom. Thank you. It's a luxury pick, boys. Because we're back on the clock again. We have 4 picks in the 4th round. And with this pick, we are going to take a running back. Boom. Katron Allen, welcome aboard. You're the David Montgomery replacement. And we're back on the clock again. Jalen Farmer, welcome aboard. Just flying, dude. Bud Clark would have been the pick. What position does Pauly Shore play? Hell yeah, dude. Rick, I'm glad you caught that reference, dude. He's in the juice. So Bud Clark's a safety, though, correct? And the only reason we faded the safety is we already took a safety earlier on. Lorenzo Styles, welcome aboard. If I can't have Sonny, I'm going to take Lorenzo. Whiz in the juice. God damn it, this fucking thing. Bud Clark and Genesis Smith would fix our safety depth issues. Hell yeah, dude. I didn't we take Genesis Smith? Who did I take? We'll get the print off here. Boom, in our last pick. Who we taking? Bryce Boddicker or Namdi Tucker? Namdi Tucker, because I'm a Western Michigan fan. Monroe Freeling with the A+ grade. Danny Denise Sutton with a B. Jake Slaughter with an A. Genesis Sutton with an A+. Justin Jolly with an A. Katron Allen with an A. Jalen Farmer with a B+. Lorenzo Stiles Jr. with a C+. And Namdi Tucker with a B+. How do you guys feel about this haul right here? Big body, big body, big body. Defensive back, skill position, big body. Defensive back, big body. You guys like it? Oh, you wanted both, Brent. You want all the safeties, huh? I like this, dude. I like this. I really like that we built on the Monroe Freeling being stacking game on top of game, getting better as the season progressed. That's the type of development that we like to see out of players, guys. So that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Appreciate each and every one of you who bothered to take the time to vote in the poll. Comment down below who subscribed to the channel. If you turn the notification bell on, that is an absolutely OG move. You can do that way. You don't even have to think about it. It's going to send you a notification right to your phone when we go live. Shout out you guys over on Rumble, grinding it out extra hard. Appreciate y'all down there. If you're on Kick, that's what's up. Sorry I can't interact with you guys as much as I'd like to. We're still figuring that out. Try and have yourself a good rest of the day, guys. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. In about 30 minutes here, the tampering period will open up, and we'll start to get a little bit more smoke coming out of the NFL, and we'll see tomorrow morning if there's any fires around that smoke. So stay out of trouble, guys. I appreciate it. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until next time, bunga bunga. Frig off.